Hey everyone, I'm Summer Engelberg and this is my impromptu speech number 3. To begin with, the worst mistake that I ever made was probably getting engaged so young. It was pretty nice at first. We were all happy in love like all of the typical young couples are these days, but in the long run it ended up very badly for me. We did live together, so it was bad because when I left I ended up leaving a lot of my valuables behind because I didn't want to go back and face the issue to try to get them, so I just tried to replace everything that I had. But we also had cars that were in each other's name. He had gotten a car that I was driving, and I decided to get a truck because he wanted a truck, so it was in my name, and we ended up not being able to get them switched back for probably 2 months after I left him, so that's pretty rough. And I also had the internet that was in my name at the house as well that he told me he had turned back in, but he didn't, so I didn't make a payment on it for several months because all the bills are going to the house he was at, and I didn't know until they called my phone several months later. So my credit took a hit too from leaving some of the bills behind. But it's okay because you live and you learn, and now I get to focus on me and doing what makes me happy. The greatest thing that's ever happened to me was probably my sister getting pregnant. She ended up moving in with me when she found out that she was pregnant, and I was able to support her so she wouldn't have to work and deal with all the stress and everything. And so we were living together, and I got to see her every day, and I took her to all of her pregnancy craving meals, and I took her to one of her doctor appointments, and they actually ended up having the baby that day because of some complications that she was having. So I was able to actually help deliver the baby. She had a C-section, and I got to be one of the first ones to hold him, and it's like he's my own baby now. He tells everybody that he's got 2 moms, so I have a child without actually having a child, and that's probably the best thing that's in my life. The weirdest thing that's happened to me was my sister and I were actually coming home from visiting family in Texas, and we were passing through New Orleans, and there was a car wreck on the interstate, and nobody was stopping, but I decided to stop and help because why not? And so it actually was this older couple that had been hit, and so I went up to the car, and the wife had actually just had some type of hip surgery, and so the husband was like, please just go check on my wife, make sure she's okay, I'm calling the cops. And so I was over there talking to her, and she was just really shaken up that everybody was okay. But we actually ended up exchanging numbers because they wanted to end up finding out, making sure that we made it home okay, and I wanted to check on them when I got home as well. So it was probably another 12 hours before we did get home, and I texted them as soon as I did and said, hey, we made it home, but I just wanted to check on y'all, make sure that y'all are doing okay. And they were fine, and it's crazy because now we met them that one time from a car wreck, but they're like my adopted grandparents now. Every time that we go through New Orleans to go see my family in Texas, we get to message them like, hey, we're coming through. This is the day we're going to be coming to Texas. This is the day we're coming back, and we get to set up either a lunch or a dinner meal, and it's just really cool how that played out. My favorite thing to do is probably going to the gym. Between working and school, I have a lot of stress built up, so it's a really good stress relief, and it's good for keeping me healthy and in shape, but it's also good sister time for me as well because my older sister likes to go to the gym with me. And so, of course, to do all the sister selfies on the way over there, and we have our headphones going, and we get to listen to our favorite songs and jam out. And it's, even if you're in like a super bad mood, you've had a really bad day, once you start running around and everything, it's just like immediate relief. You feel better, and it's just a good feeling to have. My favorite holiday would probably be Christmas. Of course, Jesus' birthday, it's really special to me, but I also like it because it's like everybody's in a good mood around Christmas time. It's like the whole month or a couple weeks leading up to Christmas time, it's like everywhere you go, everybody's just super happy and super smiley. You'll occasionally run into a Scrooge, but for the most part, everybody is super nice. Decorating is also super fun. Glitter is one of my favorites, and at Christmas, you can pretty much make everything as glittery as you want, and people won't say anything. And I love Christmas music as well. At my job, we get to play Christmas music the whole month of December, and all of my coworkers always complain about it, but I'm the one that's just singing along, all happy and hyper the whole time. And of course, it's a time where your family gets together as well, so that means a lot to me. I'll have Christmas lunch and dinner, and the days leading up, doing all the Christmas shopping and wrapping and just getting everything together. It's one of my favorite times of the year. But those are 5 more things that you now know about me, and I look forward to seeing everybody else's videos. Bye.